My name is William Johnson, and this is my business plan presentation. My business is called Apicius, and it is a business that specializes in making instructional cookbooks using large language model technology to create sets of instructions so that you can follow them and do things you wouldn't otherwise do. So, Uh, in terms of the mantra, vision, and mission, my mantra for this company is guide all that exists, because the intent is to have the cookbook technology itself, span basically every domain you can think of. As long as it's something you can teach to someone else, this technology should apply to it. So you should be able to guide all that exists. Vision. We want to give recipes for all things because that is the intent of the cookbooks, to give recipes for all things. In terms of the mission, the intent is to grant step by step instructions to those looking for greater guidance in obtaining the things their vocations ask of them. We offer extensive detail in our guidance, complete coverage of expected tasks, and state of the art AI to produce our instructions. These are the primary, some of the most important things about the company itself. And I'm glad that it's completely contained within the mission statement as it is. Next up is the values and objectives. The company's values are consistency, high standards, and to love one another. All sort of motivated by Christianity in a sense. The third one, definitely. But the first two, just in terms of high quality and persistent quality, and long term and short term importance in these things. So that's important. And in terms of objectives, starting from the beginning, uh, the company is to provide custom fine-tuned cookbooks for 200 individuals over the next year. We're looking to probably expand pretty quickly because the software is itself very easily distributed and can be picked up without little issue or without too much issue. The next objective would be to increase instruction efficacy by 5 times in accordance with the ever changing state of the art in AI over the next several years. Indeed, AI is looking to drastically boost in quality in terms of both output, intelligence, visible intelligence, as well as long term instruction giving capability, though that's really only a currently relevant thing. Small, at least it's something that's relevant for this particular application, but it's more of a subset of its wider growth. Still, it's an important aspect of the progression of the company that it follows along with the state of the art. In terms of our strategies, we have 4 or 5 strategies, specifically devotions to quality, design, scalability, customer support, and progress. Quality aims to have us strive for the highest quality possible in terms of our work, our consistency, granting strength and customer trust, and a reliable image that can be depended upon, not just for a good product, but for good service as a whole. We have a devotion to design, where we aim to design the most human usable systems we can, with that good design giving our customers the kinds of good user experiences that are hard to capture in many other ways. Our other devotion to scalability is to strive for the greatest scaling strategy possible in order to achieve high efficiencies in resource allocation and to use whenever the chance arises to make future scaling an endeavor of little issue. There's also the devotion to customer support so that our customers can have the best experiences possible, spreading word of our products organically through word of mouth and gaining a connection to the people who purchase our products. And then our devotion to progress to continually update and rework the software systems of our products as the rapidly changing field it belongs to grows and shifts, which should give us state of the art product utility at all times. In terms of our plans, we aim to gain the attention of our audience by advertising online in relevant communities by April 30th, which I, William Johnson, will lead. We then plan to raise awareness of the need to for a change in research paradigm in the majority of the AI field by paying small influencers to post about such needs by May 15th, and I will lead. Then we aim to provide a solution to those research issues by paying small influencers to show off the cookbooks by June 20th. I will do that. Then we show opportunity and profit gain through the cookbooks by creating/managing social media accounts by July 25th, and I will lead. And finally, we should promote understanding of cookbooks through social media by releasing the product itself alongside extensive documentation by August 10th. And I will lead again. Um, I am one of the major actors within the company, as can be found here. In terms of relevant SWOT analysis aspects, there are plenty of opportunities. In terms of opportunities, it's quite easy to see how regulation could be good. However, the misuse of the technology that could attract regulatory issues specifically to our company could make it a little dangerous. So, well, at the very least, it's an opportunity in the sense that it'll harm other competitors as much as my own business. There are also threats, specifically the economic threats from an increasingly automated world, which would make it difficult for people to purchase my products, my company's products, due to the decrease in consumer spending ability. In terms of other companies' technological threats, they might produce better models than the open source community can match because my product is reliant on the open source community. I might be outpaced. There's also political and sociocultural threats, in Luddism, which could damage the reputation of the company merely due to an incorporating a tech that will inevitably put people out of work. That's a dangerous thing, but it's quite likely my company won't be the only one caught in the crossfire in that regard. Then there's the personnel and organization. I am the chief executive officer. There's also the general manager, who is the large language model agent maintenance officer, whose goal is to install functioning large language model agents to all areas of the business that humans can't perform. Then to begin R&D activities after the product is released. The objectives require the cooperation of the other workers, the objectives I listed before, with agents and installation requiring the logistic workers uh, assistance in obtaining the right hardware for the job. Research and development beginning gradually requires the research and development workers' assistance. And in order to reach agent installation, hardware and documentation on protocols and practices have to be developed. In order to reach our research and development creation, the release of the initial product must be completed. And there are no other requirements or restrictions beside these in terms of who works here. So we have an R&D person, we have me, the CEO, and we have the large language model agent maintenance officer, as well as the general manager. In terms of network and recourses, we have the accountant, who I've found to be about 150 an hour for a human accountant, though if the technology is there by that time, we could use an agent. Attorneys typically cost $231 an hour, though if the technology is there, we could use an agent. Banks typically cost $30 a month, and insurance typically costs $50 a month for liability insurance, where it also costs $50 a month for business owners' policy insurance. Useful. And here's our budget. Um, Overall, it's not terrible compared to other businesses, mostly because I don't have all that many employees, and most of the work performed here is performed not really by humans, but more humans orchestrating other forces, other machines and such that are doing a lot of the other work. Still, it's not a terribly expensive business in the grand scheme of things. And that's all.